What up, YouTube? This is Steven, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to talk about French Montana and his anti-black woman Twitter rant. I'm sorry, I forgot. I want to talk about irrelevant French Montana and his anti-black woman Twitter rant. All right. So irrelevant French Montana, he was apparently on Twitter. I guess he was searching for himself because that's just how vain he is. He was searching for himself on Twitter, perhaps, and found a black woman, a young black lady who tweeted something about him, and she tweeted the following. All right. The fact that French Montana thinks anyone cares about him, and then she did an emoji face with it, like, nah. Okay, so being the person that French Montana is, this set him off because French Montana is so vain and so into himself that if one person doesn't like him, doesn't want to listen to his music, doesn't think that he's irrelevant, he's going in. Especially if it's a black woman. But that's the thing, though. I feel like if this was any other group of women, this couldn't fly. Like if this was a white woman and he went in on a white woman the way that he went in on this black woman, if he was like, oh, you stringy haired K Beast Becky, I don't even think he would have a career. They'll probably be boycotting him. Some like white dude dialing them and like, yes, that French Montana, that Stan nigger, cut his contract. Exactly. And that's the thing too. Like, she didn't call him out of his name like that. She didn't go in on him. She didn't call him a Stan nigger. She didn't call him a towel head. She didn't call him a terrorist. She didn't go in on him like that. But he took it there. He went in on her and went in and said something to the extent of like, let me see if I can find these tweets. All right, so this is a tweet that French Montana wrote. All right, you musty, crusty, dusty, rusty ass hoe with them nappy ass poetic justice braids. Take your cum drinking, dick banging ass somewhere and be humble. Alright. So he called her a hoe. Well, he called her a lot of things really. But a hoe, and he went in on her hair as well as her having I guess, quote-unquote, poetic justice braids. But the thing is, didn't Khloe Kardashian have pretty much more or less poetic justice braids? I didn't think he minded. He didn't seem to mind then, But I'm like, where does he get the gall? Where does he get the audacity to say something like this? Especially him being... Really, I consider him a guest in hip-hop and in rap. He's a guest. He's not someone who lives in rap and hip-hop. He's a guest. And what that means is basically he ain't black. He can't, so he's a guest. He can't move the furniture, You know how you have a guest at your house? You don't, if they're moving around and trying to rearrange your house, you're like, what? No, like, don't do that. Like, get out of my house, right? Don't disrespect my house like that. You go through me if you want to move a piece of furniture around. You let me know first, and I'll say if it's okay or if it's not okay. That's the metaphor. All right, so yeah, French Montana, he wants to really take it there. And you see how he went with it. Again, this couldn't have been any other group of women. I just don't see that. And if it was, the battle cry would be loud. They would be calling for boycotts, calling for have his endorsements taken away from him if he has any endorsements, because I think he is irrelevant. I mean, he did get some media promotion with the Khloe Kardashian thing, but after that, I mean, does he produce music? I don't know. I don't really check for French Montana. I really don't feel him, and he's saying like N-word over and over in his songs. I don't think that he really identifies as black, although he never really that's the thing though, because he's saying, he had released a series of tweets to defend himself after this all happened and the backlash happened. And in the tweets he said, quote unquote, "My mother is an African queen and I was married to a beautiful black woman. All I did was defend myself. If I offended anyone, I apologize." And by the way, he spelled offended with an A instead of an O. I don't know if English is French's first language, so I might give him a slide on that. But yeah, he's saying like, oh, his mom's black. But the thing is, during that whole thing, he never claimed his blackness. He never claimed a black identity, though. That's the thing. He probably does have a black parent, perhaps, But just because you have a black parent doesn't mean that you don't have anti-blackness. There's people who have two black parents who still have anti-black sentiments, anti-black views. Just because you have a black kid, you have a black mom, you had a black wife, at the end of the day, it don't mean that you don't harbor any anti-blackness in you. Obviously, look at what he said. Look at how he went in on her. Because really, he could have went in on her, but just like, really, I don't think it was necessary, because I don't think what she said was really that bad, I really do think it sort of speaks to his irrelevancy, but he could have just went in on her with things that are like neutral, that don't really have a racial connotation with it, or even a gender connotation with it. He could have been like, you dumbass, you idiot, you bastard, shut the F up, like, he could have, it didn't have to go like that. Notice the vocabulary he chose. Poetic justice braids, excuse me. Poetic justice braids, for instance. Nappy. That's another one. And someone did kind of mention like, oh, this is what triggers people about French Montana, him saying nappy, but he was saying like nigga through his songs for how long? And that's what I'm saying too. That, like, for me personally, that was like I ain't feeling that. Same thing with Fat Joe. I ain't feeling that either. You ain't black. You don't claim blackness as your identity, your home, your address. You perhaps at most are like black adjacent, but I don't even want to say that. I mean, it's just like a brown culture vulture. Brown culture vultures, right? And also, like, he really feels comfortable. This dude is too comfortable to have said this. And also, where are the black men at to defend this black woman? Especially the black men who are in the rap industry, right? Who claim to be so gangsta, so hard, so tough, do this, that, and the third to someone who disrespects them. But at the end of the day, when we really need a thug, where is a thug at? Same thing with the Trayvon Martin situation. When we really need a thug to do something, to get some ish done, they ain't nowhere around. At least these like gangster rappers who pretend to be thugs are, peddling this thug mentality to the youth, the black male youth, and really the black female youth too, because they want them, and the black guys want to be thugs. It's a mess. That's why, I don't know. It's just, that's a whole nother subject in itself for a whole nother video. Let me stick to this topic. French Montana being very anti-black. All right. you know that this isn't his first time, with a run-in with a black woman, right? Because remember that whole Tachina Arnold incident, incident. Sorry, the Tashina Arnold incident that happened. Like, he was on a plane. He took a picture of Tashina Arnold while she was sleeping. He posted it on Twitter and said some really like disrespectful things about Tashina Arnold. Tashina Arnold from Martin, and also from Everybody Hates Chris. Pam from Martin, and yeah, so that was it. And plus, he was married to his black queen, right? But he left her for first Trina, and then he left Trina for Khloe Kardashian. So, was like, I don't know. It seems like you kind of read between the lines. I don't think French got much love for, I don't know. I don't think he got much love for black women. And also, what does he think about black men? That's another question that should pop into people's minds too. Because black women are more or less an extension of black men, right? Pretty much. I mean, both are counterparts to each other. So what does he think about black men? And really, if he had directed a tweet like this towards a black man, the battle cry would be strong and loud, or stronger and louder than it is now. If he had said something like, "Oh, you ashy, big lip, monkey looking nigga," do you really think black men would have been like, oh, just letting it slide off their backs or whatever? No, I really don't think so. But when it was a black woman, all of a sudden, I don't know, it seemed like black women alone on their own. And then people wonder why black women are angry, or why some black women are angry, or some black women, have a chip on their shoulder. It's because of a situation like this, where it's like, oh, I'm, kind of like a black woman's wanting a man to defend her honor, her black man to defend her honor, and he's not there. And really, to keep it real, that's been happening at least since slavery. Think about it. Back in, during slavery, when, black women were being raped by white men, that black men could not defend her. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's sort of like an issue within the black community as well. Kind of like some black women feeling like, can they really trust the black man to really be there for her? And that may be where kind of like part of the reason where like the whole independent woman thing came up, All right. So French also goes on to say, this is a perfect example. This is a perfect example of even when you defending yourself and minding your business, your social media will drag you through the mud. But on another note, stay woke. All right. So yeah, I definitely am woke to you, French Montana. It's just wow. The audacity, right? And also, I think I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but Khloe Kardashian was wearing like some cornrows. He didn't say anything about Khloe Kardashian, And her poetic justice braids. I know her braids weren't like micro braids, but whatever, they're close enough. He didn't say nothing about that, and all this like my black queen and all this stuff. Like, I don't know. When I look at French Montana, I don't feel the blackness. I don't feel it. I don't really think he feel like he don't claim blackness like that. His mom may be black, but I think he claims like more so like Middle Eastern or Moroccan, so to say. And he may claim blackness when it's convenient, like now. Oh, my mom black, oh, my son black, oh, my the mother of my child is black. He'll claim it now because folks are like, coming at him, and now he want to be like, oh, I'm not a racist because my mom's black, the mother of my child's black, my son's black, etc. Right? But I ain't falling for that, and no one else needs to fall for that either. You know. In fact, really, even if you do have two black parents and you say some anti-black-ish, you need to be called out on it. You need to be dragged. You need to be checked. You need to be you need basically people need to come for you. No matter who you are, you're saying some anti-black stuff. And a quote from Malcolm X that's been floating around for a while, really, but it's something to the extent of like, black women are like the least protected women, or even just group of people in society. And this is like a demonstration of that being true, because if this was another group of women, especially like white women, I couldn't see this happening. In fact, like people like French Montana, they kind of like know who to try. They know who, like, what they can get away with and who they can get away with it with. Like, he wouldn't have done this to a white woman, or a Latina, definitely not a Middle Eastern woman. He did it to a black woman because, like, it's like, well, who really respects black women anyway, Because a lot of times when you see black women in the rap game, a lot of times it is like kind of like in a disrespectful, objectified way. So, yeah. And again, where is the black man? Where are his peers? His rap peers to check him on that. Has any rapper came out and checked French Montana on that anti-black issue he was talking? Probably not. Probably not. So once again, black women alone on their own. Okay. But before I leave, before I end this video, there's one situation that I want to talk about, and that is a situation that happened a while ago, and it's sort of similar to this situation. But let me talk about this because I really think this applies. All right. You guys may or may not know a musical artist who goes by the name of Zayn Malik and another musical artist who goes by the name of Azalea Banks. You may or may not know those two people, but Zayn Malik, he was a part of a group called One Direction, but he left it and went solo. Well, he tried to go back, but then he couldn't, so then he went solo. Azalea Banks is an independent rapper, and she's, made headlines for going in and having Twitter beefs with a lot of different people, including like Iggy Azalea and Charlemagne the God, and I think RZA as well. So yeah, Azalea Banks and Zayn Malik had sort of like a run-in with each other, and Azalea Banks pretty much called Zayn Malik the quote-unquote token sand nigger of One Direction. And she said that repeatedly. She said it on, I think, Twitter, but also on, I think, maybe Snapchat as well. She made sure to pull that video, but I think I can get a hold of that video. I think Lovely T 2002 has the video of that. But yeah, she's going in on Snapchat and calling Zayn like a sand nigger and stuff, being really disrespectful towards Zayn Malik because she felt like, oh, he didn't acknowledge her when he tweeted her. When she tweeted him, he didn't acknowledge her, and she kind of felt triggered by that, and then she went crazy. And plus, Azalea Banks got mental problems anyway. All right. So she was saying like a lot of disrespectful things about Zayn Malik, and one of those things was that he was a sand nigger, the token sand nigger of One Direction, right? The thing is, through that whole entire situation, Zayn Malik never went in on Azalea Banks the way that she went in on him. He didn't go there. He didn't take it to that level and, start saying racial things about her. And I think for him, that was actually a very smart move as far as business is concerned, but also it was a good move as far as like being a decent person is concerned. And really, I felt like Zayn Malik in his situation was very justified if he were to respond in a racially charged way towards Azealia Banks, because that's how she responded towards him. That's what she initiated. So I felt like if he had did that, while it would still be offensive, it would be more justified, because that's where Azealia Banks took it. But he never did that. And I compared that situation with French Montana's situation. And I'm like, well, if Zayn, who is, I think, younger, they might be around the same age, I don't know. But Zayn didn't do that. And I'm like, well, I know that Zayn Malik and French Montana are two different people, but I'm like, well, considering what Zayn Malik experienced versus what French Montana experienced, I think Zayn Malik would have a right to be triggered by hearing that type of language directed at him versus French Montana being triggered over someone calling him irrelevant. And he is irrelevant. Like, who is checking for a French Montana? Who looking for a French Montana record anyway? I know I ain't. And I know I'm not going to be supporting anything that has to do with French Montana. He can't even do a proper apology. He can keep his weak apology as well. That Charlemagne had to lead him into on the Breakfast Club. So, yeah, I think that's just something to think about, So I give Zayn Malik kudos for handling that situation very well, And also, I remember reading a comment that a woman posted, and I think she may have been black, and she was a fan of Zayn Malik, and she was saying something to the extent of like, oh, she liked how she handled that, because if he had handled that in a different way and had been very nasty, like, she wouldn't feel attracted to him anymore, because I guess she probably, has like a crush on him, thinks he's sexy or whatever. But yeah, like, are any black women gonna be checking for French Montana? Probably. Keep it real, probably. He got money. Money talks. And some black dudes are still gonna be trying to work with French Montana for some reason or another. But over here, French Montana gets no love. If you anti-black, you don't get no love from me, especially anti-black woman. No love from me. All right. You're lucky you're getting this video, French Montana. And this is the most you getting from me. This video right here. So, yeah. I guess one more thing I can mention. People claiming blackness when it's convenient. And also, French Montana, I don't think has ever came out and said that he was black. He's saying that he is like, has a black parent, but he ain't never said he was black, or he considers himself black, or he identifies as black. Now, I never heard that, and I don't feel his blackness. And some people gonna be like, well, who are you to judge and, someone's blackness? Who are you? And, you could have a valid argument, but the thing is, like, there's people who are black, but probably don't, quote unquote, look black. They, not the darkest crayon in the color or in the box or whatever, right? But where their loyalties lie, like, say, Beyonce. Where her loyalties lie at the end of the day, even though, some people could argue otherwise. But ultimately, y'all know where Beyonce's loyalties lie, Y'all know Beyonce is down. Ultimately, she claims a black identity. I don't think Beyonce has ever really claimed identity outside of blackness. Some people may talk about that CoverGirl commercial about her listing off like African, Native American, and French. But ultimately, you know, Beyonce black, y'all. Come on. And you can feel it, you know, you can feel it, you know. But French, I don't feel his blackness because I don't think he identifies as black, you know. So if you don't identify as black, you don't consider yourself black, then you're not black. So step back, you know, step back. All right, I've gone on for long enough. I think at this point I'm just rambling. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Feel free to comment. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to give a thumbs up. Feedback and support are extremely appreciated, extremely valued. Until the next video, adios and goodbye. But one more thing, I really don't think that any black woman especially should be supporting French Montana after what he said. Where's the apology at? You know, and even still, like, is an apology enough at this point? I don't know. I don't think black people, period, should be supporting French Montana. So, yeah. Cancel them. All right. Thanks a lot. Adios and goodbye for now.